Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and suddenly every emotion you feel, fear, desire, jealousy, disgust, isn't private anymore. It's not just a feeling in your chest. It's a broadcast, a control port, a remote access terminal into your mind. That's the part nobody tells you. Your emotion is not a reaction. It's an interface. And right now, someone smarter than you, colder than you, already knows how to press it. You think your emotion is your truth. You think it reveals what you care about. Wrong. Your emotion reveals what can control you. It's an exposed wire. Touch it, and you twitch. You think it's just love, just anxiety, just attraction. You tell yourself, it's just how I feel. But the brutal reality is this. The moment you feel, your mind is no longer offline. It's accessible. Let's shatter the old myth right now. The myth says emotion is authentic, that it's your deepest self. No. Emotion is programmable. It responds to context, to framing, to threat, to validation, to status. It obeys the frame you are in. That's why you text back when you swore you wouldn't. That's why you chase people who clearly disrespect you. That's why you submit to certain personalities without them ever raising their voice. They're not overpowering you. They're accessing you. Keyword, emotional hook. Whoever controls your emotional narrative controls your decision-making. Not through logic, through biological leverage, through limbic codes older than civilization. You feel attraction? That's not beauty, that's perceived value. You feel anxiety? That's not danger, that's potential social exclusion. You feel anger? That's ego in guard dog mode, sensing a drop in hierarchy. You're not reacting to events. You're reacting to perceived rank. Your brain isn't protecting your safety. It's protecting your projected social future. Heard that line? I just follow what feels right? That's how people get domesticated. Emotions don't guide you toward truth. They guide you toward compliance. With invisible systems. Frame 1. Emotion equals manipulation port. Whoever can stimulate an emotion inside you can inject commands without you realizing it. It's a backdoor. Ancient. Certified. Military grade. That's why modern communication is emotional warfare. It's not about convincing you. It's about activating you. TikTok doesn't inform you. It regulates you. Powerful people don't argue with you. They don't debate. They induce. They let your own nervous system take you where they want you to go. Consider this. How many times have you regretted something you said, not because it wasn't true, but because it was emotional? The regret didn't come from morality. It came from realizing you were remote controlled. You talk about mood. You don't realize mood is just altered perception, a hacked lens. You think you're seeing reality, but you're inside emotional geometry. That's why calm is terrifying to manipulators. Calm is closed ports, no access, no entry point. Emotional detachment isn't indifference. It's firewall. Most people don't suffer from emotional sensitivity. They suffer from emotional permeability. They don't feel too much. They leave every window open. If someone can make you feel before you can see, they own you. If you react before you observe, you're livestock. And here comes the disturbing realization. It's not just external. Your own brain manipulates you too. Your mind isn't one voice. It's a tribe, multiple drives, competing subroutines. That version of you who suddenly feels desperate at 2 a.m., that's not you. That's an algorithm in your nervous system, trying to ensure reproduction, belonging, survival, using panic as leverage. Most people live possessed, not spiritually, but neurologically. They call it following the heart. It's submission to neurochemistry. Here's the shift. Once you stop treating emotions as your identity and start seeing them as incoming signals, everything changes. Your power begins not when you feel less, but when you interpret first, feel second. New frame. Emotional signal does not equal command. It's not, I feel fear, so I retreat. It's my system is predicting danger. Is it accurate, or is it running old code? That tiny gap, that microsecond of audit, is the birth of real intelligence. Society keeps you reactive on purpose. If you delay your emotional response by even 1 second, you're no longer predictable, no longer harvestable. Notice how people who live in logic seem cold. You think they don't feel. Wrong. They simply don't submit. They delay. They process before action. That's what terrifies systems built on manipulation. Subline. Clarity is socially dangerous. When you stop reacting the way people expect, they feel naked, exposed. It's not your lack of emotion that threatens them. It's your refusal to auto-obey it. Let's make this real. Someone insults you. Your body spikes emotion, and you usually strike back. But if you delay, not suppress, delay, you'll see the intention behind the insult. Most attacks aren't personal. They're probes. People aren't trying to hurt you. They're checking for leverage. Leverage detection. That's the real game. Your power isn't how intense you feel. It's how aware you are of what that feeling is trying to make you do. Emotion isn't a message. It's a push command. Start labeling emotion like this. Not, I'm anxious. Say, my brain is projecting social consequences. Not, I'm jealous. Say, my rank is threatened in a status scenario. This isn't semantics. This is neuro-linguistic reprogramming. Once you change the language, the emotion loses absolute power. Most people don't suffer from emotion. They suffer from the illusion that emotion is truth. When you separate signal from authority, you amputate manipulation. Emotional alchemy begins like this. Feel, observe, decode, decide. Not feel and react. That's an animal. Feel, then observe. That's a weapon. Your nervous system is prehistoric. Your consciousness is modern. The mistake is assuming both are equal. They're not. The nervous system predicts. The consciousness audits. Here's the ultimate pivot. Your goal isn't emotional control. Control is defensive. Your goal is emotional architecture. To design emotional triggers aligned with your chosen identity, not your programmed reflexes. You can architect desire. You can architect anger. You can architect indifference. The same way, advertisers weaponize emotion to move the masses. You can weaponize it to move yourself. People with self-command aren't empty. They're directed. Their emotions are filtered through mission, not habit. That's why pure logic isn't the goal. Pure logic is sterile. Emotion is fuel. Mastery is when your logic chooses the direction and your emotion becomes the engine. Final weapon, emotional sovereignty. Not numbness, not coldness, sovereignty. Every emotion enters your system, but nothing executes without your conscious approval. That's when attraction stops enslaving you and starts serving your vision. That's when rejection stops wounding you and starts refining you. That's when anxiety stops paralyzing you and starts sharpening your awareness. And the people who once could pull you like a puppet can't read you anymore. They sense you feel, but they can't predict what that feeling will make you do. That's the moment fear shifts. From you to them. Most will never reach this point. They'll die believing they were honest with themselves, when in truth, they were simply obedient to their emotions. But if you do reach that point, even once, you will never go back. You will never again confuse emotion with identity. You will never again mistake urgency for truth. You will experience something few humans ever do. The silence between stimulus and response. And inside that silence, absolute power.